Yo, do I look like a realtor? Do I look like an investment advisor? Do I look like a mental health advocate? Do I look like a father? Do I look like someone that is a part of a community organization that feeds the hungry every Wednesday? I just wonder what you see. I asked those last series of questions because what you really should see is a human being. This particular instance, this video is being filmed because I am of one thing, actually all the things that I named, but I am a licensed Michigan realtor. And I went to show a property this morning. Like this, I ran. I do it often. And but my clients are out of town. And so I was going to do a video for them. I ran for 4.5 miles from my house to this house. Upon getting there, there was someone there I perceived to be the owner, simply because, you know, both doors of the house were open, right? There was things outside, just blowing grass, right? So not just the landscaper, the doors are open. I walk up and introduce myself as a realtor, ask someone with an appointment to show this home, and, you know, say I wanted to introduce myself. I can show you any sort of credentials. I didn't just want to walk in. Okay, I would think it's that simple. Cool, show me what's what. And so he said, oh, okay, let me see. I showed him, and something about it wasn't sufficient. He tells me, nope, I have a realtor. Yes, you do. That's why your house is on the market, and I am another realtor that's bringing a client to your realtor. My people aren't here because I'm going to video for them. He says, nope, I'm not comfortable. It doesn't make sense. She does all that. I said, no, she puts your house on the market, right? And other realtors like me, we bring our clients and see if it makes sense, you know, if they're a fit. I explain again. I know it's a bit unconventional. I may not look like you'd expect because I just ran 4+ miles. But, you know, I just showed you my appointment, my credentials. I have an appointment to see the house. I arrived a bit late, let me tell you that, because I was running. And so I was about 15 minutes later than the appointment time. But I asked him, were you here at this time? He said yes. So I would have had the same problem at my regular time. So, reason for this video, reason for this story, I obviously didn't get in. I'm gone. Don't want none of that smoke. Ain't no sense. But even in conveying to the agent, she was very apologetic. But of course, she saw it as, well, you know, it sounds like he thought you were wanting to steal him as a client. I see that as loyalty. What do I look like now? Is this better? What do I look like now? Is this any better? What do I look like now? Is this any better? Clearly, I'm not in the situation I was days ago, right? And so I wanted to process. I wanted to think about what had gone on. I wanted to talk with some other people about it. So I've talked with some realtors and you know, some other professions, just people alike, for input. Obviously, you see me changing clothes because I want to make a point. Is it the clothes that made any difference? And really the reason, the moral, why I decided to continue on with this video and actually to post this video is to tell a story beforehand. It's something that I think we could do a better job with seeing on both sides of the coin, right? Do I know exactly what was what? I sure don't. But when I told my clients the story, they said, absolutely not. You don't need to worry about rescheduling. Never ever go back to that house again. We're not interested. Not the house for us because of what it sounds, what we feel like it felt like for you. And that's really been the resounding theme that I've gotten from other people is, yeah, I don't know, that guy seemed like, right? So, without knowing emphatically, uh, it's to tell the story, to put the story in the world before we get to the other side of tragedy. Thank the goodness it didn't escalate to something way further, right? But this is the reason you see people protesting. This is the reason that you've been wondering, why did my neighbors have a Black Lives Matter sign? This is why, right? And my family could have been telling the story because in 2 seconds things could have been differently, and this guy could have said, I was fearful. I don't know what happened. This guy, he ran up on me, and I had to protect myself. Anything could have changed that quickly simply because I'm black. That's why I'm posting the video, because so many people have asked me, and from what I hear of friends and associates, right, we're being asked uh, by our white counterparts, the ones that really care. So what's going on? What can I do? And this is an example of what's going on. Maybe that man is going to see this video and maybe he's going to say, no, that's not what I meant at all. Well, great. But you have to see how it came off, right? Maybe someone else is going to see this video and go, okay, I could have said something to my brother, uncle, sister, whoever, because I know it would feel away, or because they have these dispositions, right? And so this is how we begin to actually change things. But you've got to know what's going on to change it. So we didn't need it to be too late. We didn't need my family to be saying, man, he just went out for a run. Unfortunately, Ahmad Arbery went out for a run. We didn't need my family to be saying he was doing his job. He's a realtor. He went to a house with his ID, with his credentials, and he had a problem getting in the house, and now we're working on a bear. That's crazy. But I think somebody needed to see the story in it, to see the beforehand of how things could have gone that differently. Y'all take care. You see, I switched into my mental health matters because, to be real, and I'm going to go write and likely video about that, racism absolutely is a form of mental illness. Right? So maybe that's a part of the way of how we'll get to the bottom, and how we will really, really be able to change the world and people's views. But this is how I dress often. My clients know that. This man is going to be in a t-shirt. He's going to say mental health matters, or I'm a blessing. Occasionally, it'll be the suit jacket over it, like it was in the other clip. But it's not about what I'm wearing. It's about who I am. And I felt, unfortunately, the tension in the air. I think that man had a problem with who I am. I want to hear from you. You heard the story. What's your input as far as what you would have felt in the instance? And even not in the instance, now that you've got all the facts, what do you feel? What do you think I should have done, could have done differently? What could the homeowner have done differently? And again, how do we change the dynamic so that it doesn't become a worse and a larger situation? Take care of yourselves. Catch you soon.